Hey, now I don't see anybody in the comments right now, and hopefully that isn't a problem. Basically, what happened is on my last Mouse Tales last Wednesday in StreamYard, I clicked on. Oh, there's Kadani and Kidis Infinity. They might have just clicked on the links that I just sent out like 2 seconds ago before I saw Sweet Cheeks' shining face. Because people might have been clicking on the link to before and then got to darkness, and now they're just seeing the new one. So we might be a little bit slow in the chat coming on. But hi to Disinfinity and Daniel, and hello, Sean, who's coming soon. So our guest tonight for episode 30, getting up there, is Tina from T. Marie's Place, and she has been, hey, Katrina, what's going on? You're going to have to let me know. Did you go to a previous link and go to blackness, like the abyss, and then all of a sudden show up here? And then basically, Tina's on everybody's channel all the time. And in the last 2 weeks, up until this interview, it seems like she's being interviewed by everyone. So I don't know who it is who hasn't interviewed her. So Tina, I can see your face right now. I hope I don't bore you this evening with the same old questions. I haven't looked at any of the other interview because so I don't want to, intimidate myself. And I certainly wouldn't look at one of Pete's interviews. But no, I'm in my closet redoing my Loungefly bags. Oh my God! All right. Without further ado, let me bring on the interviewee for one more interview. And here she is, Tina Sweet Cheeks from T. Marie's Place. Thanks for coming on tonight, Tina.
Thanks for having me, Bob. It's a pleasure.
Now, I hope that I don't ask you the same old questions, but it's always my little goal in my little interview show here to get little personal nuggets, because it somehow, for me, maybe as a former counselor, it adds more depth even to people that I've known for a while. So every time I find out that Josh Goes to Disney used to show rabbits professionally and was a pro bowler in the past, or Disney Dan is a Latin teacher, or it just keeps going on and on. Those are like the all-stars. It just kind of it adds to it. So what do you want to tell us about yourself, within reason? I'm not going to ask you things like Pete would ask you about, where's the craziest place you ever made whoopee or something. I usually just want to know little things like, what do you like to do? What's your favorite type of ice cream? What do you do in the real world? That kind of thing.
So I was trying to think of something really funny to say.
I've already intimidated her. Good night, everybody. See you real soon.
So hi, I'm Tina. I grew up in Boston, Massachusetts, and I live in upstate New York now. I'm married. I have 3 kids. My favorite ice cream is Moose Tracks. And
really? Nice.
Yes,
good.
Moose Tracks. And my favorite food is seafood, and my favorite color is silver.
Silver?
Yeah.
So, it sounded like you said Silva, Silva, and I was like,
yeah.
Is that like a special Disney color that's come out? Because I mean, they do have like Briar Gold and stuff like that. I was like, no. Silva. What is?
I think we should make it a special color.
I vote that we do. I think that we should come out with it's not a Boston accent. It's a new Disney Silva. So what would be silver? So what do you associate with the color silver right away for like a character or something? That should be special.
Yeah.
I'm going to think on that. You're going to see me talking about that for weeks. Silva.
Like a Wally or...
Wally. That would be good. That would be good. Disinfinity, thank you very much. Yes. Thank you. I'm in a weird situation. I definitely have one. I'm not going to talk about it too much because I don't know what the heck's going on. I definitely have one cast member job that starts training this Monday, but I'm up for another cast member job, which I actually think I prefer a little bit more. But I don't know how that's going to go if like I let go of the second one because I took the first one, but I had to take whatever was guaranteed. So thank you, Daniel. Jumbo Chris. Hello, friends. Chris Dadbills is here. Watching on my iPhone, so can't tag too good. But here's to my girl, Tina. Yes. Thank you, Chris. I just saw you on Hitchhiking Bones today, I think. Wasn't that today? The days blur.
Last night.
Was it like say, yeah, the days will stop blurring once I get back to work. When you're unemployed,
Yep. I hear you. I hear you.
The days blur. It's like, what'd you do today? Well, I watered the lawn and I fed the dogs. But was that last Thursday or today? No problem. No problem. So you have 3 kids. You have 3. So is that it? Has Disney always been a family thing? Or is it really a you thing? Or was it the kids kind of became a contagious thing that got you into it? Or for me, Disney, believe it or not, Disney for me was an acquired taste. It's sort of like, it's weird. Okay. And I don't want to be anti-Disney because I'm not. But I remember when I was a little boy, I was at a party, right? And I took a sip of someone's beer when no one was looking. And I looked at my little sister and I said, who would drink this stuff? This is disgusting. And I remember the first time I went to Disneyland, it was like 115 degrees. People were screaming. I went on one ride like all day long. And I was like, I was like, I don't know about this. And then I kind of got the fever because I was around people like that. How did you kind of get into it?
So Disney's been a pretty big part of my life since I was a kid. I grew up in a household that was a domestic abusive household, and I had this record of the Main Street Electrical Parade, and I used to play it on my little Fisher Price record player, and I used to watch Peter Pan and Cinderella and Lady and the Tramp were my 3 top Disney movies that my mother's boyfriend's mother would always go and rent for me back when there was Blockbuster and everything. The good old VHS.
Right.
And so those were kind of my escape from the abuse that was going on in my house. And so that's where I got my love for Disney developed. And then we took a trip when I was 9 in 1992, and ever since it's become a household name in my house growing up. And with my husband, we went on our honeymoon in 2008 and we took our kids in 2019, and yeah,
that's great. I used to be a counselor who worked with kids, and the other day Chris Dadbills was on the show, and he said that he used to be very anxious and used to worry a lot, and Jungle Book saved his life. He said, that song, what's that song in Jungle Books about not
bare necessities.
Yes, the bare necessities, not worrying about all the small things, just worrying about the major stuff, and things will kind of fall into place, which is like a coping skill sort of thing, almost a spiritual sort of thing, throwing the higher things up to God. And now you're saying sort of the same thing, that Disney was a magical place and you were in this dark place and it kind of pulled you out. It is amazing how Dadbill's true story. It's amazing how deep some of this stuff goes. Yeah. And I know my everybody jokes about me being married a few times, but one of my wives, we used to go to Disney, and when they used to have the old Disney fireworks show where Jiminy Cricket would sing "When You Wish Upon a Star, Your Dreams Come True." She came from that kind of abusive environment too, and whenever we would go and the Wishes show would go on, she would bawl. Mm-hmm. She would bawl because that was the moment that I always knew on every trip that would, no matter how old she was,
Yeah.
It would pull her out of that, and that actually became a thing for my wife. My wife and her big abusive, crazy family, whenever they went to Disney, they had to be pretend Brady Bunch family. Truce for everyone. No one argued, no arguments, no drama, just for this little island of time. But then they'd, of course, go back to the same crud as soon as they left. Very interesting, all the deep stuff. Y'all, if you haven't yet, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button on Show Tina some love. Yeah.
Bob.
Yeah. Tina has to watch The Godfather right after the stream because she's never seen it. All right. So none of them, any of them, just clips. You've probably seen like some clips, right?
Some clips, but.
So what did this come up today with your show about the famous movie quotes, and it came up that you had never seen The Godfather?
Yeah.
It did. Am I going to have to go back? Okay, everybody, right now, when you get off of here, you got to go over to Tina's channel and watch her show today. So not so you can ridicule her. Well, actually, I don't know that she would care if you ridiculed her.
I wouldn't.
Give her the thumbs up and laugh with her, not at her. Maybe subscribe if you're liking what you're seeing. And I really like the Her Majesty's Secret Service discussion with I was watching that today because that's obviously why I was looking at your show, because I haven't been over there all that much, to tell you the truth. And I was like, I got to buff up. I got to look at this stuff. And so I saw you and I was like, hi. And then I was looking at that and I really like that. Your book stuff is really good. What is this? And numerous other movies, all in capitals. It's a good thing Nick Wheeler isn't it? It's a good thing Mr. Wheeler is not here, because if you have a problem with a disability where it's all capital letters like that, that sounds like you're screaming. I hope you know. Yeah. I just want you to know. Don't do it. Timothy Wheeler wouldn't like that. Carlos Disney freak was yelling at Tina because she hasn't seen some classic movies. Well, the thing is, it depends how old you are. Carlos is older than Tina. I'm older than Carlos. I could do the same thing. I could yell at Carlos and say, Carlos, what do you mean you've never seen Casablanca?
Yeah.
Probably most of the movies. Oh, has he? I hope so.
He's an old movie junkie. You could ask him.
Me too.
Yeah. And I am too, so it's relatable. But he's not that much older than me, so he can't say diddly squat. Just saying. Well,
it's interesting. This is very interesting. A lot of people don't realize they get to know more, I guess, as they've been around longer. But things are so interpreted. Basically, I have a beautiful photo on the wall that's framed out in my living room. But that is a duplicate. They set it up to duplicate a photo from the 1920s, and they did it in like 2000. But most people only know that one. You probably know the same thing with photographic, this, and it's the same with movies. It's the same with, oh my God, what is Chris saying? It's okay. We still love Tina, and I didn't yell at any of it. I don't believe that for a second. There's no way. I don't believe that for a second.
Busted, Chris. Busted.
Okay, so you have an interesting history, of course. You have the kind of history that I wish that I had. I was not supportive in the community and modding and helping people out and on a lot of chats. I just kind of jumped right in there, started a channel, and that was it. And nobody knew who the heck I was. So I've had a really slow grow. A lot of people who are out there, like Candy Mom, lots of people like that, like the Disney Double Ks, like yourself. A lot of people know who you are before you really have that much of a channel. And I think it starts out with more of a momentum. Tell us how you started being involved in YouTube, and maybe evolving from a ninja watcher to a chatter to a mod to a channel to me ridiculing you because of your movie history.
Okay, so before 2019, YouTube was just kind of a place that I would go to look up how to Photoshop certain things.
Right.
But my husband was caught onto a Resort TV One stream in early 2019, and I think it was about April, it was March 22nd that I had the flu, and it was a Friday night, and he popped on an Epcot stream, I believe it was, with fireworks, and all of us sat in my bed with me sick as a dog and watched the stream, and it just, all the magic flooded back in. And once I was better, I started to get involved in the chats, getting to know everyone. And you know how they announce, like, go check out so-and-so's channel. They'll say, go check out Myers and the Mouse. And
Right.
well, Myers and the Mouse, I checked them out. And one day, and so I started to getting involved in obviously other channels, like the guys over at Diz and That.
Right.
And early, it was like late December, I think, of 2019, early 2020. I started watching some of Myers and the Mouse streams. It was Mama Mouse doing a crafting chat, and mentioned that I also make greeting cards, or I used to, but I kind of lost the fervor to do it. And she said, message me, well, love to have you on sometime. She had me on a crafting chat one day, and it was actually the first episode that I saw her crafting chat. It was a Sunday, and she had Mike Whaler on, and she was interviewing Mike, and that's where I started to get to know Mike. And so she had me on after that, a couple of crafting chats. She made me a mod. We became fast friends. I got bit by the live bug, but I wasn't exactly sure what kind of a channel I should have, because back then I was Team Marie Photography. I wasn't Team Marie's Plates.
Right.
And so I was just very unsure of what I should do. One night, Steve from Steve's World did a stream on how to do YouTube kind of thing, some tips and tricks, some advice. And he said, if you want to start a channel, just do it. And I said, okay. And he didn't say it to me. He said it to the entire YouTube community, but I felt like he was speaking directly to me. And so I just dove in headfirst and went at it. So
cool.
Yeah.
So what did you just mention in there? You said that you used to do greeting cards?
Yes, I used to make and now I'm back into it again. Make greeting cards, just homemade, kind of like scrapbooking, but on a greeting card.
Right.
So, and yeah, we had that in common. And since then, I've gotten involved with making earrings, Mickey Mouse earrings out of polymer clay, and Lego lightsaber earrings with glitter. So
interesting.
Yeah.
Surf Bum is still waiting for you to teach him how to be a better mod. So
Word documents, John. Word documents.
All right, stop it. I hate it when this lens, these autofocus Logitech lenses, like grab some point between you and there, and it's like, what is that? I'm sure as a photographer, well, I can see with the depth of focus you have and everything, you've got your camera set up. You do not have and it looks really good. And I got to do that too. And if you notice, just about any time that I'm in my little home studio, I always have the green screen. It's because it's not just because I have some crappy room. It's not necessarily because of that. It's because of the depth of field and the fact that I've just got, I think I've got the best 1080p Logitech that was available, but still it's nothing compared to a real camera. So I'm going to have to do that.
It looks nice though.
Oh, well, thank you. Yours looks you look really good.
Thanks.
And let's see that you have pearls and like a mini dress, and you've got a little bow.
Minnie Mouse.
Very cute. And the matching lipstick. Very good. Nice. I like it. You try. So let's see. All right, let's follow the yellow brick green screen road. So it looks like you've got like 4 different shows, right? You've got the Wednesday
whateverness.
whateverness. I'm trying to,
Yep.
okay, Max. What I always try to do is, okay, if my dog could talk and I put him on my lap, how do I describe someone's channel? Well, because, it's like, okay, if you go here to the chat, right? Everybody on here, I'm not a huge channel like a Resort TV one that has all sorts of normal folk. Everybody on here is kind of in our group. Kidani, Sean, Katrina, Disinfinity, Krista, all that. I always try to get the person, when they're describing their channel, to describe it to someone that's just gotten on YouTube for the first time to look at a Disney YouTube channel, and you're talking to some guy who gets on and looks at the replay tomorrow. What's T. Marie's Place about? What kind of shows do you have?
So T. Marie's Place is basically my place of everything that I like. We have a book club on Tuesdays. Actually, book club is now being switched to Mondays. So that's coming up soon. I'll have an announcement about that. And Wednesdays, literally Wednesday whateverness is literally what it is. It's whatever we want to talk about. It's just complete whatever. We do.
That's
Disney.
exactly what I do on Mondays. That's what I call Disney-ish.
Yeah.
Disney-ish, because I don't know what it's going to be. There you go.
So like today we did favorite movie quotes. I've done Lounge Flight chat.
Right.
I have Funko chat coming up in a couple of months.
Cool.
I've got going to be doing the top 10 men of Marvel in a couple of weeks.
Nice.
So
you're going to be getting Chris Dad Builds in on that one?
I don't know if he wants in on that one. Might be a female stream, but we'll see what happens. Yeah, it's basically a place, when I changed the name over to T. Marie's Place, I want it to be a place where friends can come and hang out. We could all just kind of hang and just discuss different things.
Whatever.
That's basically what it is. On every other Saturday at 6 p.m. I do T Squared is the show with Tina McNeil, who was also big in the community. She's one of the best mods, and amazing person. She just lives 20 minutes from me, which is also amazing. And so
I think I just made some problems. I'm sorry.
Chris, we'll talk later.
So what is this? Tina's Etsy shop, Creations of T. Marie's Shop.
Yeah, so that's my Etsy shop. I have, like I said, I make Mickey Mouse earrings. So there's Mickey Mouse earrings of various colors. And Lego earrings and Lego lightsaber earrings. And they're typically have glitter on them.
Yeah.
And some charm bracelets. I try to do like Disney bounding bracelets. So it's Disney-ish.
Disney-ish charm bracelets. Nice. I gotta start making some stuff. That's what I gotta do.
So yeah, that's my shop.
Very good. Cool. All right, let's see. What do we got for a green screen? A real green screen. So we're all unique, obviously. We're all Disney nerd characters. I'm sorry. We really are. My version of going on a Disney trip before I had a YouTube channel, I'm still the same nerd. When I would bring people on a Disney trip, they would want to go on the trip. But then when they would finish the trip, they would be like, oh my God, I need a vacation from my vacation. Bob had us running from 5 a.m. to like 2 a.m. every day for 8 days and 100 degrees. I can't take it. So how do you feel that your channel is unique? I think it's certainly unique. But if in a nutshell, it's like, well, how am I a different from the other sticks on the pile?
See, that's where it gets complicated because, there's only so much unique that you can possibly have.
I know.
So it's like, all right, how do I do this? I guess the way I can just tell you is that it's me and a channel. you
Yeah.
know, and I'm not like everybody else.
No.
None of us are like anybody else. We're all different in our own way. And I think that's what makes it unique. It's me centric. It's
Right.
and it's not that it's, you know, me conceited. It's just
Hmm.
it's me mixed in with, I guess, my friend. So maybe that's the uniqueness with mine is I don't just want it to be about me.
Right.
It is my place, but I want it to be a hangout with my friends. And that can be anybody. I've made so many amazing friends. I don't just have one set clique that I
Right.
like to hang with.
Right.
I have my partner channels and then my core group that I'm, you know, have formed a bond with. But then I have these other areas where I've also formed these bonds, you know, Kelly
Right.
from the Mickey Bunch and Gonzo and VP and then, you know, but it's like I don't want to separate those groups of people. You are all my friends.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And, you know, I got dad builds, Tracy, Chris, Russ and Kenzie and Desire Dream and Myers and the Mouse, and they're all, you know, my friends. But it's also I also got Pete McDevitt, who's a friend, Carlos Disney World Freak, Dan Disney Dan, you know, all of you, you know, you're part of my world, and so my place is your place, and I guess that's what I feel like makes it unique is because I want it to be an all encompassing channel. Yeah.
T. Marie's place, where everybody knows your name.
Exactly, because you know, from Boston, you got to go with the theme.
Yep.
It's perfect.
Well, you know, I thought that too. It's like there are some bigger channels that have stopped doing interview things because they're like, oh God, you know, everybody now is doing interview shows. I started doing interview shows because Walt from Mouse Talk basically told me, you can't just do your goofy little movies. If you want to grow, you want to meet these other people. And I'm like, well, I'm kind of shy. I don't get out that much. He's like, well, do interview shows so that you just got an hour to talk to Tina. So now you kind of know her. So if she comes down to Disney, then maybe you could go to Disney Springs and have dinner or something. It's sort of like you know people. And so I try to do it like I'm sitting across the table at, you know, Rose and Crown or something like that and getting to know people. That's sort of my method. And
Yeah.
other people have other ways, but literally it kind of is that way. But you do a really good job, I think, crossing. There are some clicks. They're not solid clicks like people don't want to talk to, but they just kind of hang more in these. It's like we're all a bunch of YouTuber marbles in a box, and some marbles tend to group more than others, but it's not like they can't move around. But you seem to do a really good job crossing those lines. And I'm pretty goofy too. So I'll just do cold calls to people who like kind of, there's a ton of people that still don't know who the heck I am. So I'll go, yeah, my name is Bob. You might have seen me. It's like, you want to be on my show? I'll be like, and then they'll call somebody. I'll be like, Walt, who the heck is this guy? So yeah, I think you do a good job of stuff like that. But then you get a lot of exposure. Oops, nice. Ooh, I was in a Japanese monster movie there. Yeah. But you get a lot of exposure, I think, being on some of those other channels and like having a good relationship with Pete. So I think a lot of people know who you are. Plus, you want to tell us about the award that you won on Pete's show that everybody knows you about? Pull it out. Bring out the button. Okay, so all right, wait. It's out of focus now. Wait.
Come on, baby.
Pull it back.
Focus.
Nice. Okay. All right. So tell us what that is.
So Pete McDevitt does these recognition shows.
That's the name of his channel. His name is Pete McDevitt, and check out his channel. Yeah. It's called Pete McDevitt.
Yes. And he does these recognition shows, and basically he has this panel, and people put in their vote for nominations. You have 5 nominations, so 5. It doesn't have to be a channel either. It could be people in the chat. The more you chat, the more you get friendly with people, the more you get recognized, that sort of thing. And not that it's a popularity contest by any means at all. But it's a recognition. award show. And so he did Muppets first, and then he just did this Pixar nominations, and now
Right.
he's got Star Wars
Star
coming up in a
Wars.
couple of weeks. So this is my button. I got the Luxo Junior Award number
Right.
33 for being social media warrior. Basically, I love
There you go.
promoting everyone's channels as much as I can. My Twitter and Instagram pages started off as my photography pages, and now like my Instagram stories have kind of become a breeding ground for promoting other channels, which is what I love doing. And so is my Twitter page. And so obviously you'll get my photographs as well. Like my main Instagram feed is my photographs, but in the
Right.
stories I really like to promote my friends because on Instagram, for me, 850 followers is a pretty big deal. And that's 850 people that I can reach to go and check out all these amazing channels. And so that's the meaning behind the recognition that I got. Yes, name dropping. Because I love you guys, and it's so hard to just say, single anybody out because it's such a great community. But that's what I love about these recognition shows. It's
Yeah.
to highlight those people, that we feel like we want to, lift up and highlight. And so I really like that. But yeah.
When he did that last show, I mean, they're doing the Star Wars one now, but when they did the last show, people were so excited. It was insane.
Yeah.
I don't even know which one of my shows I did, but I did one of my shows that was immediately following it. And it was just like a tsunami of the Peach Show nomination show right after it. The entire thing was just taken over with people just smiling and hearting and glee and happy and congratulating each other. And I was just basically saying, yeah, that was great. And I just like threw the program out the window because it was so obvious what a positive effect he showed. What is it, Bob? Who? What? Are you talking about me? Bob at One Step Mass. Sorry, I'm like, oh, by the way, hold on one second before I keep going too long. What BDF? What's the deal with this? So first you're BDF, the BFD, BDF. Then Kelly obviously pushes you into what she kept saying all the time, BDF, the BFD. Then the other day I'm looking and I'm joking about it being BDF, the BFD, the WDW Park Lover or something like that. It was like huge long name. Now it's Notice My Name. Now you've shortened it. Did you just decide, was that just a publicity gimmick, or is this someone hacking your account, or did you just or was the other person a hacker? Let us know. What do you mean? Good night, everybody. Take care. What? See how you are? You're a tease. All right. Let's see. Sorry, I didn't get to you quick enough. Evolved. So I know that my not just my channel, but just my views on things. So me, a goofball, about 2 years ago, because I slow grow on my channel. I started, then got hired by Disney, moved down here, and I just abandoned my channel. And then I came back to it when I lost my job. I had time on my hands. I will not abandon it again, guys. So promise. So anyway, but the thing for me is I started it out one-stop mouse, right? I didn't realize how many friends I would make, what a community it was, what we're talking about. So I thought it was like, oh yeah, just come to my channel. You can get everything right here. It's one-stop shopping, one-stop information. Instead of Tina does this, I do this. She's great. And we cross-promote and all of this. So I've obviously evolved just in the fact that I was a doofus who didn't know any better. How do you think big glitch again. How do you think you've evolved from when you started and your perceptions of YouTube up until, you got the Pete Award up until now? Do you see things differently? Do you think your views have changed? Anything like that?
I think if anything, so when I first started out my channel, because I didn't want to do things by myself, and I would always see people collaborating together.
Right.
There was a couple of different community things that I would post in to say, hey, does anyone want to come stream with me?
Right.
and I like got crickets. And so it's like, okay, clearly I need to build up a friendship with people in order to actually make friends and have a community more. And Kenzie Days, if you don't know
Right.
her channel, you can
Yes,
check her out.
yes.
She's
She was on
amazing.
your show today, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Her and her dad Tracy, who was again one of my
Who was
partners
on
in
there
crime.
too.
Yep.
Right.
She made me a moderator on her channel right
Mhm.
after Myers on the Mouse did, and there was my group of friends, and it's grown a little bit since then, and so was my circle of friends. I can't say circle of friends because, like I said, this community is so vast, but that community right there is they kind of became the core group of people that I knew that I could, depend on and go to.
Right.
And so I guess it's kind of like I found my it gave me footing to make more friends and evolving that way into getting to know more people and um, knowing more channels and learning from other channels what kind of content I want on my page by bouncing ideas off of them, including changing my name because we threw around so many names and finally we landed on T Marie's Place. And so, evolvement in that, I guess, with relationships um, and just learning how to have a channel and how to do lives and stuff. And
Right.
I guess it's just grown that way. That's what I'm thinking of.
Okay. All right. So whenever we're on a stream together, you are very quiet. I'll just put it like that.
Mhm.
You're very quiet. You don't say a lot. And I've only bopped in once in a while and checked out your channel, right? So I was watching it today, and this is on the subject of evolving, and I'm watching the show, and you're chatting it up fine. You're being a host. You're chatting a lot. Maybe it's because you're defined as such in that environment. It's like, yep, she's the moderator of this show. It's my show. It's my channel. And so I was trying to. I don't want to make you feel self-conscious, but I'm like, maybe she's just more respectful than I am. And when she's on other people's channels, she doesn't like jump in there and interrupt and stuff, the kind of thing that I would do. And then when it's her show, then she goes. Or is it that she was more shy and reserved and she's feeling more comfortable? And so I'm really seeing it on her shows, and maybe it's going to show up on other people's shows. Tell me what you think about that.
So yeah, that's a really good example. So there's there's a quote from Pride and Prejudice, the 2005 version. Speaking of movie quotes, from my show today, this is what I didn't get to say, but it's you know Darcy says, I don't have the gift of conversing well with people that I don't know very well. And that's exactly me to a T. I'm very shy at first when you get to know me. And a good example of this is Carlos, Disney World Freak. When he first had me on his show,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
was like church mouse. And now that we've become really close, he's
Uh-huh.
another one of my core people, um, now that we've become close, I kind of know how to joke with him. I've known his sense of humor, and I know some of the people that he's had on. So the more I get to know people and understand them better, the more comfortable I get with being myself, and more vocal. So it's definitely a shy at first, and then I come out of my shell type thing. So
Hey, Richard, what's going on? I'm going to be interviewing Richard with Bloom and Cheese next Wednesday on this show at 9 p.m. Actually, it's not next Wednesday. Next Wednesday is my birthday, so I'm not doing a show. But the following Wednesday, in 2 weeks, I'm going to be doing the show with Bloom and Cheese. So, yeah, I think I sort of... I've had so many jobs where I had to basically be forced to not be shy that I kind of just sort of fake it. I do have a knot in my stomach, though, after being unemployed for a year, of having to go back to Disney and be super magical and on Monday. Yeah, I know how you feel to a degree.
mhm.
Here, I just feel like I'm talking to a screen. Plus I know your face from having seen it a bunch of times, so it's fine. If you want to see somebody who's nervous, and me being nervous when I don't talk all that much or don't say things that matter, go back to the Mousetail show. I think it's like the third or fourth. It's me interviewing Pete, and it's like my second or third show. I'm like,
Wow.
I haven't done this much. All right.
Yeah.
Let's see. And then this is the easy one, of course, because it's getting a little easier than it used to be. Sorry, I did not say cheeses. Bloomin' Cheesa. I am going to be interviewing Bloomin' Cheesa. Him, yes. Not next Wednesday, but the following Wednesday. Cheeses, not cheeses. Bloomin' Cheesa. Anyway, the future. Are you thinking of different things you'd like to do? Are you considering your a massive YouTube empire? Are you thinking, I heard you talking the other day about maybe saving up and coming down here? I know you're friends with, let's see, like about a mile in that direction. Myers and the Mouse lives, and then you go about another mile and a half past them, and that's Gonzo. And then you drive about 20 minutes north, kind of towards the park from here, and then you've got Walt of Mouse Talk, and you've got VP. So there's a whole bunch of people that are right here. What are your future plans? Easy question.
So yeah, definitely moving to Florida is always been a dream of mine. Whether or not that happens is up in the air, but definitely future doing more streams, travel streams, now that things are starting to open up again. Like I said, I'm from Boston, so when we go back to Massachusetts to visit our families this summer. Oh, Chris, MapQuest is so outdated. We do Google Maps now.
I know. I was going to say.
Definitely more travel streams, and once we get back to Boston this summer, hopefully some Boston streams, maybe some Rhode Island. So
that's true. And Kelly from the Mickey Bunch lives not too far away, just north of the park, right down the street from where my folks are. And of course, she has said that you can stay with her. So I've got that right there. We'll get a still frame of that so that we have proof that you said that there wasn't any time length or anything. You could always stay with her. So
thank you.
Google Maps. There you go.
I'm down with staying with Kelly. She's got the raccoons, and the cutest.
I've been
raccoons.
like a park ranger and a naturalist and a hiking guide for a long time, and every time that subject of nature ever comes up, a hiking trail, she like shuts me up in a second, like she's Woody Allen and she's allergic to nature. Then all of a sudden she gets on the Mickey Bunch last Friday, and she's telling me that she's making all the wildlife fat because she's making them custom dinners, feeding the squirrels and the raccoons rice and butter and dog food and baked potatoes. She's like making them.
Seriously, I'm missing out. I think I need to go and live in Kelly's backyard. So
I hope she does a YouTube of that. I really want to see it. I really want to see it.
That would be cool.
So what do you think is going to happen with your channel if we were to sit down next year? You think there really is a chance of you being here? Do you are you thinking of other types of shows you have in the back of your head?
Yeah,
I bet you are.
I am. I mean, I wanted to do a cooking series, but
really?
The first episode that I filmed was.
Do you cook?
I do cook. I was gonna cook out of this cookbook, not the Disney cookbook. There's this other cookbook that I kind of wanted to cook through, kind of like a Julie and Julia type thing, where
Uh-huh.
Julie went through
Right.
Julia Child's cookbook.
Right.
But I filmed the first episode, and I kind of tried to do it like an Alton Brown Good Eats style type thing, and
How'd it go?
uh, not good. I was home alone. I was by myself. I gave up on it because it was horrible, and I just ended up doing the surprise pop-up live stream because I just needed people to console me, and I needed to talk to people and get over, lick my wounds. But
Oh my God.
I tried that. I've got a couple of health vlog series that I'm doing. I'm actually due to make a video and vlog and post one soon. And I got some workout videos that I have coming up, some montages I'm
Really?
really excited about. So things in the works. And then of course, travel vlogs and stuff for
So it really is it is going to be more and more T. Marie's place, T. Marie's
the
lifestyle,
vlog.
life going on.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
definitely the vlogs. Absolutely. Yeah.
Cool. Interesting. Very good. Any idea where you might be with that a year from now? What have you had visions? Have you?
My thing is like, I don't know what's going to happen in the next 5 minutes. So
No,
I'm
me
just
neither.
kind of, you know, I take things one step at a time. I do have, I've got some health issues that have really taught me just take one step at a time every day, because I get really bad vertigo sometimes. Every day where I don't have really bad vertigo spells or any chronic pain is a day, and I'm thankful for it. And then the next day, I say the same thing. I made it. I'm at the end of the night. Thank you, Lord. Here's what. And so if I'm here in a year from now, yeah, then that's amazing by the grace of God. And if not, then it is what it is.
God bless. You got to
Yeah.
take care of yourself with that. I could not agree with your sentiments more from the year that I've been through, the year that everyone's been through.
Mhm.
And yeah.
Okay,
I'm not
Kelly.
even going to go down that road. Right now, I'm just hoping that I'm just hoping that I could safely not have to wear a mask and go to the Food and Wine Festival sometime while it's still going on. Yeah, man. Even if it's October or something, it would be nice if they had a Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party. Just things that make things feel normal instead of me, being at home and being so concerned about my health. So, well, God bless you with that. And is there anything? We are creeping up towards the end of that time. Is there anything that I'll brag about you? I'll just say Tina is quite an interesting, quiet, reserved, eccentric, and intelligent person. And I think that you will find looking at her channel like savoring a good book. And she's appears to be flowering and opening up more and more as she's feeling more comfortable with this. And I'm glad. It's like a fine wine that's coming into its own. I suggest you go and check out her channel and see what I'm talking about. I'm sure you'll agree. Is there anything that you would like to tell people? Throw out there, give you a second to self promote.
Just thank you for the opportunity
You're
to
welcome.
come on and chat with you and
Sure.
and everyone in the chat. I love reading what everyone's saying. You guys are just the best. This community there's nothing like it. I will say that. I'm a church going person, and I'll still tote this community as the best. So thank you so much.
Let's see, Jim. Tina's an interesting, thoughtful gal with a wonderful smile that she gets to use often. Well, being around us Jim, I
Easy.
mean, I would laugh a lot too. I mean,
Yep.
it'd be pretty hard to not. Looks like Kelly wants to do a cooking collaborative show.
Yes.
So I don't know what kind of cooking Kelly does. I don't really know. She alluded to it the other day when she couldn't talk to me because she was doing a lot of cooking and going on a 7-mile bike ride. So I don't know what that means. Tina is everyone's YouTube crush, and that comes from Kelly. Did Bob just say looking at Tina and savoring in the same sentence? I do like Tina very much. Okay. I think she's adorable. That is the truth. Okay. All right.
Thank
I'm
you.
done with that. No, you are actually, what I like about the Sweet Cheeks whole thing and everything is you make me smile.
Thank you.
Tina has one of those, the whole Sweet Cheeks thing. Maybe that's why somebody else came up with that. She has one of those contagious smiles. So check her channel out and you'll see. He did. Dad Bill. Thank you very much. All right, I'm out of here. Now you're embarrassing me. Okay, everybody, take care. See you real soon. Go check out T. Marie's Place. And if you liked what was going on here, please subscribe to One Stop Mouse too. I don't think I've gotten one new subscriber in about 35 years. So please feel free. Bye-bye. Take care.
I don't know where Bob went, but subscribe to Bob if you are not already subscribed and smash that like button.
Yeah, I actually knocked myself out of the broadcast. I was so embarrassed.
That's okay. I took over for you. I promoted you and everything.
I just say subscribed.
Yes.
Goodbye, everybody. Take care.